Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. I'm here today with the NECA Turtles in Time Shredder figure, and just a quick little tour of the packaging here with the old school goofy artwork. I've actually got quite a bit to say about this one. It's probably the first NECA figure that I haven't been over the moon about since I got it. Pretty much every NECA figure I've gotten previous to this, I've really liked. So there's some stuff here, some good things for sure, but also some criticism. So let's open it up and see what we've got. As we see here, this is the background we always show. Nice little arcade style background if you chose to use that. So very thematic. And here's everything that the figure comes with. So let's tear them open now and see what we're working with. The figure itself is nice as far as the colors go. The cloth cape, which I'll show a little bit more of here. You've got his, I'm going to call them claws. I don't know exactly what you'd call them. They're obviously claws on his hands, but everywhere else I don't know what you'd call them. But they're kind of rubbery and like a light bendy plastic. The cloth cape is a nice color. Fits the Shredder theme well. They were on point as far as the colors from the Turtles in Time game or the arcade game, what have you. So as we turn them around here, you'll see I didn't get a great shot of these, but there's a lot of little nicks and stuff on his armor. I don't know if that's intentional or not. There's one on his shoulder there, one on his other shoulder, and as I kept looking around, I saw little nicks on that really light blue armor that he wears, and I think it's got to be intentional because honestly, there's just way too many of them. So I guess they were going for sort of a used, sort of battle-tested sort of look there. But it doesn't quite work for me. It just looks like the figure's kind of dinged up. The articulation, which I'm showing right now, it's fine. He actually has a lot of points of articulation, but with his shoulder pads and gauntlets and stuff like that, you can't really twist his arms or legs very much. He does have foot joints and things like that, but again, his armor kind of gets in the way, and you keep kind of bending or accidentally pressing on his claws and stuff when you are manipulating the figure. So that's one thing that's, I wouldn't say it's a bummer or a negative. It's just kind of par for the course with a figure like this. If they made those blades really pointy and sharp, it would have been strange. Here we have the hands. These are the typical splayed out hands that you get with pretty much every figure. Pretty standard stuff. We're all used to getting these sort of hands with most of our NECA figures, I think. And here are the hands that let him hold stuff. And look at this right hand. The blades are kind of bent. When I say kind of, I mean they're really bent. This was just a packaging error, I guess. I looked around. I was wondering if there was some weird Turtles lore that I wasn't aware of, where one of his claws was bent like this, but I couldn't find it. But they're easily bent back, I found out, the more that I played with it. So if you get one like this, it's not the end of the world. They don't bend back 100%, but if you work on it, you could theoretically fix it. Here's the lightsaber-ish thing that he comes with from the game, which is definitely a laser sword and not a lightsaber. Hint, hint, wink, wink. So, kind of neat. I probably won't use it on him. This hand thing is kind of cool. I thought it was kind of lame at first. It is faithful to the game and everything, but I thought a big 3D hand, it's just kind of weird. But the more that I played with it and examined it, I think it's kind of cool. It's a cool little super move that he does. You can see it kind of clips onto his arm there. And you kind of get this 3D effect, as you see here, that I really like. Didn't think I would like this thing at all, but I think it's pretty cool. As you rotate the figure around, you really get the effect. And you could really play with this on a shelf as far as how you wanted to situate him and stuff. So overall, this was something that I thought was kind of hokey at first. And then once I played with it and kind of clipped it on there and started messing with it, it was pretty cool. This fireball sort of thing, I don't quite get. It kind of looks like it has potential, like he's doing like some super punch move or something, but there's these holes where his hand slides in, and they're just kind of hard to figure out. You'll see me trying to manipulate it here, and eventually I do sort of get what they're going for, but it still doesn't really quite work. I'm trying to slide his hand in there, and it's just a little confusing. I think there's only one particular hand that this works on, and I'll show the promo pictures here, and I'll also show him with it equipped, or whatever you want to say, in a moment. But it's just kind of hard to fit his hand in there. You can see I bent one of the claws trying to mess with it. Now I fixed it. It's just kind of wonky where it's placed on his hand. I don't really know what kind of a pose you would make for this. Maybe people that are a little more familiar with the game than I am would be able to answer that. I haven't played the game in a million years, but let's just show what he looks like here with it on. And it's sort of like he's holding a ball of fire, sort of. I can't really say exactly what this is supposed to be. I'm kind of rotating it around here, trying to sort of get an idea of a pose that would be really, really cool. And as you can see, as I'm messing with it, it just kind of falls right off. So that's everything that the figure comes with. As far as being faithful to the video game and everything, I think it's on point. I don't really know how many different things you can give Shredder as far as accessories, but this was probably one of the more ho-hum packages that I've gotten from NECA since I started buying their stuff. It's okay. The hand thing kind of saves it, oddly enough, because like I said, I thought it was kind of silly looking. But the laser sword slash lightsaber, I'm probably not going to use. It just reminds me of Star Wars a little too much. The figure itself, I think, is nice. I also have the Michelangelo figure, and this will go with him pretty well. They're going for that kind of pixelated aesthetic, and I think it works. I like the colors. It reminds me of the old video games. It reminds me of the old cartoon. So we're good there. I'm just not thrilled with this, and that's the thing, is I like NECA's stuff for the most part. I have my frustrations with their stuff, but overall, I really, really like what they do, and this was just kind of okay. I think their more realistic looking figures are actually more impressive, the Back to the Future stuff, the Terminator stuff, and all that. This is just, it was just cool. It was just kind of a Turtles figure that has an interesting coat of paint from the video games, and some accessories that I think some work a little bit and some don't. So, what do you guys think? Did you grab this one? Would you grab it? What do you think of the figure and the accessories? Let me know in the comments below, and I appreciate you watching. Talk to you later.